Luge.
I'm on you with you, PFT. Oh, it's going slower now with our
position.
weight. It's going slower with our weight. You can feel it.
This is actually good for my back.
It's going so much slower with our weight on it.
My back feels 1,000,000% better right now.
You can 100% feel. It was like
they say to sleep on a firm mattress. This is as firm as it gets.
As a bigger guy, this is the feeling I get every time I step on a treadmill or in a golf cart, where I'm like, I don't want to get off. A lot of power.
I don't want to get off. I guess I gotta go.
All right,
I gotta get off.
On today's part of my take, we are live from Indy. Our voices are shit. We've been on the road for. Listen, we did like basically a 2-week road trip in 2 days because it feels like we did everything. We have an awesome interview with Adam Schefter. Incredible. Great to have him back on. Been 2 years. We have a airport review, Madison airport review.
I saw somebody tweeted at you yesterday and said, hey guys, you said that you were going to do airport reviews 4 years ago.
Yep.
What gives? Guess what? You got it.
Number 2.
It's the second one ever.
Was that just my elbow?
I think there's a ghost in the room.
The elbow just turned on this light. The second airport review ever. Incredible. It took us a while. We're basically like the dude, who's that fucking nerd that writes Game of Thrones? Tolkien?
Oh, he doesn't write them anymore.
George R.R. Martin. We're George R.R. Martin with airport reviews. All right, so we have that, and then we're going to just recap our road trip and everything that's going on. Before we get to all that, we are brought to you by our friends at Chevy, the most durable, reliable vehicle on the road. You know what's also durable and reliable? Coach Prime. Coach Prime fall season is out now. Silverado is as strong and dependable as the people who drive them. Chevy Silverado, modern and advanced with a ton of grit, a partner in getting things done, especially when it comes to the heart and soul of a pickup truck. The bed. With Silverado, you get the most functional bed of any competitor. Best in class, standard cargo volume, 12 standard tie downs, available industry, first power up down tailgate, or the available multi-flex tailgate we've been telling you about with 6 convenient configurations. All this makes the bed of the Silverado work harder and smarter. So Chevy is doing it right now. Chevy is also sponsoring Coach Prime. Catch it Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Awesome season. You got to check it out. We're going to get to the good stuff soon with Coach Prime too, when he had his hospital visit. So the next few episodes are going to be really, really must watch. Silverado is strong, advanced, dependable, and hardworking. Check it out now. Chevy Silverado. Okay, let's go. Welcome to part of my take, presented by Chevy Silverado. Go right now. Check out the new Chevy Silverado. It works harder and smarter than any other truck. Today is Friday, March 4th. Our voices are shot, and we're in a hotel room, and we were told that we can't talk too loud because there's an echo.
We have to get super close to the mic. Hank is being very helpful in telling us, like, okay, be this close, talk at a normal volume. We were talking about maybe doing a whisper part of it.
I have no voice anymore. This road trip that we just did was 2 days, and it felt like 100 days because we didn't sleep and we did everything. Obviously Tuesday you heard Wednesday's show. I'm still coming down from that high. I did appreciate that. Like we're in Indy for the combine. We went out to dinner last night. We did a couple interviews. People were coming up to me like congratulating me on the Big Ten championship. I was like, "Yeah,
that's huge for you."
Yeah.
Big accomplishment.
I did a lot.
You put in a lot of work. It's good to see it pay off.
Yes.
It's fun going around Indy because it's a great place to come visit for like 2 days.
It's our most visited city. I challenged any AWL to try to figure out in terms of content road trips. We were driving to Indy from Madison, stayed in beautiful Hoffman Estates on Tuesday night, and I said this has got to be the city we've done the most content and visited the most. So I think it's kind of our second home.
I think it's Indy and then Cleveland.
Maybe Buffalo.
And another one, yeah. We are the official podcasters of Indianapolis.
That's fact.
That's just a basic fact.
It's our home.
I'm going to miss Indy because like a lot of people. I was talking to some big Jays last night, and they were lamenting the fact that this is probably the last year that the combine is going to be in Indy because the NFL, anytime they have something nice, they're like, well, how can I make this 50% shittier but make more money doing it? So they're going to move it. People are speculating maybe Dallas. I actually hope that they move it to LA because just to see the big Jays just shit themselves.
No, people would be so upset.
They hate change. Everybody likes going to the same restaurant on the same nights, sitting in the same seats. year after year after year, going to the same restaurants, waiting in line at the same Starbucks. People fucking are in love with this one Starbucks.
There was a story about it. Wrote about the Starbucks where all the deals get made.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the most important Starbucks in the world, and they're going to absolutely flip out when it moves. If it moves to LA, and they're like, they have no idea where anything is.
Yes, it's gonna be. Yeah, Indy is the perfect city for the combine. I mean, we've. I think this is probably our 4th or 5th year that we've come here. We obviously missed last year because of COVID, but we've explained it like it's essentially the entire NFL world shows up to Indy and all converge at like 2 steakhouses, and they all stand around sweaty drinking beers being like, I'm getting sick access right now, when it's like really just like Matt LaFleur is talking to like 15 people at the same time, which is smart by him, by the way. We did see him last night. The only story I have from last night is I don't know if you ran into Pete Prisco, but I love Pete so much. We were talking, and then some guy came up to me and like not interrupted, but was like, "Hey, I just wanted to say a big fan. Like he does next gen stats," and so he introduced himself, and Pete just goes, "Let me ask you a question. When the ball is this far away from the goal line, so he's got his hands like probably like 3 inches apart, he's like, what is that?" And the guy's like 1 yard to go, and he's like, "And what about when it's an inch in from the 2 yard line? What is that?" He's like, "It's like 1 yard to go." He's like, "When you fucking figure that out, you can. I'll subscribe to your stats." And that was it. Like, and then walked off. It's like the perfect summation of Prisco.
He's the best. I think he's got a rockin' tan right now too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that's possible, but he showed up, tannest man in the room. I saw him coming, and he stuck his hand out to shake my hand. I said, "Get that hand out of here. We're gonna hug, buddy."
He's the best.
I just wrapped him up like a tiny little burrito.
Yes, and he's just and he was like, "Hey, Prisco watches the film, buddy. He doesn't need stats."
Yeah, it was a good time overall. Got to do my annual 3 beers with Scott Turner.
Yes,
that's like if somebody asks you what happens at the combine, it's like, well, I'm going to get drunk with Scott Turner.
Yes,
that's he's a mainstay there. Got to we met a couple coaches. It is weird seeing them. It's almost like the coaches are in a zoo when they come into that steakhouse.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable.
Everybody there is waiting for like, oh, I'm going to talk to a coach tonight.
It's
like a girl at a club being like, oh, I'm going to go home with a baller.
Yeah, it's like the most uncomfortable feeling to be standing like in a circle with someone talking. You can't really hear them, and everyone's like kind of doing that like half fake laughing, like I'm in this conversation but I'm not. Yeah, I mean I enjoyed more seeing Pete, and then my arch nemesis Aaron Nagler, who he actually told me breaking news that Aaron Rodgers is going to retire.
That's huge.
So tag him on all the tweets. It was crazy. It was great catching up with him, but yeah, he was very sad. He was actually crying when he told me it. So I had to like console him. He cried on my shoulder. He's like, "Aaron Rodgers is going to retire." I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry. That's really, really tough." And he's like, yeah, I'm probably going to just like stop watching football.
Probably, yeah.
Because he's such a huge fan of not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Nagler's not a huge fan of Aaron Rodgers' football play. He's more a fan of what Aaron Rodgers stands for.
And the fights that he's taken up and the causes that he represents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I feel bad for him. So maybe shoot him
a
tweet and tell him.
Yeah. I think Aaron said, didn't he tell you he was the modern day Muhammad Ali?
That's what he said. Yeah. He said it's incredible what he's done for the sport and everything that he stands for. And he's like, it's actually going to be great when he retires because he's taking a stand against the NFL.
You know what? Maybe the funniest part of last night was at one point, I think both of us were talking. It might have been to... I think LaFleur was there. We were basically just giving him trade offers for Aaron Rodgers and seeing what he would take. Like we had any authority whatsoever to do that.
Yes.
We were like making concrete offers, and he was just saying no to all of them.
And I was just doing it for like every other team. I was like, let's just whatever the farthest destination is. So yeah, it was a good time. We had a good dinner. Hank, you didn't like the calamari. We ordered calamari, and Hank hates it so much. And shrimp cocktail.
Now there's a shrimp cocktail. There's a shrimp cocktail arms race going on right now.
Smile on his face.
Have you noticed that the shrimp cocktail sauce was spicier than normal?
No.
I think they're trying to compete with St. Elmo's. So like, I mean, once
we gotta spice off.
It's an arms race, is what it is.
Sounds like an article.
Yeah. I you know what?
Athletic.
Jake, you should write the article. I think the shrimp cocktail sauce is getting spicier at Prime 47.
Yeah, it's like at what point is it too spicy? It's a nuclear arms race.
Yeah,
like St. Elmo's is going to eventually just burn your mouth off. Be like, here's your bill.
They're going to kill us all.
That was fun.
They're doing underground cocktail testing.
You're really locked in on the war, Big Cat.
What?
You got so many.
Oh, dude, I'm just it's a lot of Not like actually locked in, like
Sanctions.
learning. Yeah, I'm not like learning anything.
the lingo.
Yeah, the lingo, like nuclear options, sanctions, all that stuff. That's pretty much all I picked up from this war. Yeah. Except, and also the fact that like half of Twitter has decided that the war is like their new favorite Netflix show. Where they're like, this fucking president would be so good in Ted Lasso season 3.
There's a guy, I'm not going to say his name because he doesn't deserve to have his name said, but he's like everything that he posts about this fucking war seems like he's an Earth 2 guy.
Yeah.
Like, meanwhile, on Earth 2, Hillary Clinton has already avoided this. But he just, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people like using war for clout.
It's fucking, yeah, Billy.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking shut up and go to Ukraine, dude. We were actually joking on the way down. We were like saying how like Jake, like someday Jake is our Will Hunting. Someday we hope that he like no goodbye, no see you later. He's just like all of a sudden calling like professional sports. And then we're like, and Billy, he's like the kid that like never leaves house. Like he's gonna live there till he's like 30. We're like, maybe one day he just goes to war. He's just like, no goodbye, no see you later. He's just got a fucking rocket launcher in Kiev the next day.
I told,
on Twitter.
I told Billy the other day, like, just think of how viral your video of you coming home to Whitey would be if you went overseas as a troop.
Yeah, that's true.
That would probably break the internet.
Great point. That's a great point. I don't think there's a ton of sports stuff. Obviously, there's some good college basketball games. The Sixers are officially like, if you're an Eastern Conference team, James Harden and Joel Embiid last night, like they just basically run pick and roll, and then no matter what, it ends up either in a layup or like the best case scenario is it's a free throw and they maybe miss one.
This might just be the fact that I took James Harden over 2.5 3-pointers and he only had 2, but I noticed him. He was like going out of his way to make passes when he was wide open for a shot.
He's a good teammate.
He's a great teammate. I think that James Harden, he's really figured it out this time. I think he's gonna be smooth sailing for the Sixers.
Maybe he's like, that's the key to James Harden. You just need 6-month rentals where it's like he's gonna be in shape, he's gonna be happy, he's gonna try really hard.
Yeah, you lease him.
Yeah,
you don't buy.
Yeah, exactly. Never buy James Harden. Always lease him. Yeah, they're awesome. And then also, did you see Coach K requested to be in the Midwest region because he wants to play his last? Well, he's being a little presumptuous because he's saying he's gonna be in the Sweet 16. Play in Chicago, his hometown, so it's like he requested that. I mean, I'm sure the NCAA is just going to do. They're probably just going to put all 16 seeds in his bracket, right?
Probably. I think they're letting him pick the teams that he gets to play against.
I am going to hate watch Saturday night more than I've ever hate watched anything in my life.
Oh, the mega cast is coming.
And they're doing like a lead up where they have like every player that ever played for Duke, like saying their statements and stuff. It's Roy Williams did it right. Roy Williams went out the right way.
Absolutely.
That's a classy ass coach.
They should do on the mega cast.
I am gonna miss him because I miss anyone that I hate.
They should just straight up have like every hateable Duke player on like in the coach's room, like they do on the national championship game.
What if
get Leitner, get Grayson Allen, get JJ Redick, get them all.
You know what they should do? They should get all those guys and they should do like the version of the haka and slap the floor one last time for Coach K.
I like that.
The
Duke
Duke haka.
like a step team. That's their step team in Durham.
Yeah, it's going to be. I will miss him, Hank, because I mean, sports. The fun in sports is rooting for your team, but also hating your rivals and hating the teams that you hate. And I will miss him as a foe. I absolutely will.
I hope somebody asks him about like military strategy.
Yeah.
He was in the Army.
He was. It's also very funny because when we were driving, I asked a quiz question to everyone in the car, which was just a fact that I had learned the night before. And I was like, how many years do you think Jim Boeheim has been at Syracuse? I think the answers were like 35. He's been at Syracuse for 46 years, and he's still not retiring. It came out today. He was like, there's a plan in place. And like all the beat writers are like, what's the plan? He's like, I'm not going to tell you the plan, but there's a plan in place.
He's probably going to have his sons take over.
Yeah, but he's coaching next year 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. 46 years. 46 years.
That's a long time to do anything.
That's a long time to live.
Yeah. It's a long time to like be in a house, be in the same house, be in the same city, be in the same country.
Yeah. So, what else? Anything else from sports world before we do Fyre Fest? We're going to do Fyre Fest before Schefter, and then we'll do Madison Airport review to finish the show, which was great. Anything else?
I'm waiting on pins and needles right here to figure out what Kenny Pickett's hand size is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
So they're doing the measurements right now.
They're getting released.
Daniel Jeremiah, DJ himself, keeps tweeting about it. It's so funny to see when they, like the way they write heights down. it's like 0602. Means 6'2". You can
Right.
just say like 6'2".
It's like military code.
It works. Yeah. No, they've deputized themselves as being like in the infantry. And then Kenny Pickett's hand size. I talked to like a lot of people last night about Kenny Pickett's hands, and they're talking about like the different
As one
stretches.
does.
Yeah. No.
That's quite a sentence.
I did. Because he's doing the stretches, so I'm very curious to know like how much bigger can one make their hands via stretching?
I think like a quarter inch probably.
So he's up to like 8.5 now.
Yeah. I mean,
still-
it's still very, very small.
I think like Oh, here we go. Here it just came in. Breaking news.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Kenny Pickett's hands measured 8.5 inches.
Oh,
per
there
Adam
we go.
Schefter.
So he got that extra quarter.
Instantly got the quarter inch.
He definitely got that quarter.
Schefter got that first.
Schefter. Well, I don't know. I just have alerts for Schefter.
By the way, we are definitely writing the blog. If you're listening to this right now, we're going to have Schefter on in a second, but Schefter is officially talking to Barstool.
Also, I was giving him a water in the beginning of the interview, and Big Cat didn't want to redo it.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good. I mean, people like to see the behind the scenes. How's the sausage
No, I was
made?
listening to it though, and
It looks
it sounds
stupid.
very confusing.
Yeah.
so I'm
Well,
giving
that's
context.
how the sausage gets made. All right, should we do Fyre Fest?
One take, Dan.
Yeah, one take Danny.
Let's
Should
do
we do Fyre Fest? By the way, just one last PSA. We are now officially, so this Saturday, change your clocks. Is it go ahead or back?
It's spring
Forward. So you're changing the clock Saturday. We finally get more sunlight.
What happened is we screwed it up last year because we said spring back.
Right.
And so a lot of people were mad at us because that's what we screwed up.
Spring
but
forward.
It's spring forward on Saturday. Well, it's technically Sunday morning,
Yes,
right?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, 1 a.m.
More sunlight at the end of the day.
Set your clocks forward.
Yes. So we're good. So just a reminder to everyone, because you don't want to be the guy who's late on Monday morning. Hank, your Fyre Fest.
So we talked about it. We were on the road late. We left Wisconsin midnight, drove for 2 hours. I was pretty hungry. I don't think I had some food, but I was starving. We get there. The hotel has like a little snack shack area, and they had this like trippy Cheetos mac and cheese. And I got 2 of them. I was starving. I'm like, I'm going to eat this, go to sleep, get fueled up.
Wait, Cheetos mac and cheese? That's sick.
I know.
Is it Cheetos like flavored cheese or is it Cheetos in the mac and cheese?
Like Cheetos flavored. Like, I don't know.
my God.
Well, I couldn't tell you, PFT, because I got to my fucking room, look around everywhere. I opened every cabinet, every drawer, every closet. No microwave. They sell microwavable snacks, and they don't have microwaves in their rooms.
It's
Disgusting.
I was furious.
That's fucked up.
I was thinking about making like hot water and then pouring that in, but I didn't think that was gonna work.
That's so
Yeah,
fucked up.
I don't think the water can get hot enough in a
No.
hotel for that.
So I went to bed starving and angry.
Did you try to crunch on them, just like raw dog it?
No,
The
I just drank water.
Yeah. You did just drank water?
Yeah,
Just a belly full of water?
that's all I had.
Like a deer?
Damn.
It was infuriating.
Yeah, I feel like you've been hungry this entire trip.
Yeah, I have been.
Like,
I've been trying to catch up. I've been trying to catch up. That was my catch up.
behind.
That was my get right. That was my get right meal, and I couldn't get right.
Yeah, because last night, like, we went out to dinner and it was a late reservation. It was like 9:30 was the only one we had, and Hank was like, "Yeah, at 6 I ate dinner."
Well, no,
then
I
he
had
went
like a
another dinner.
healthy meal thing.
Yeah,
but yeah.
you gotta catch up.
They probably had
know
a
how it is.
microwave in the lobby, but didn't think to tell anybody, like, hey, you have to use this one. It is bullshit. If you sell microwavable foods, you should have a microwave in the rooms.
Yeah.
Most rooms do.
I actually don't know how it is because I've changed to the OMAD diet, but I don't do it correctly where I just eat one meal a day, but I eat so far past full that I'm just sick for the rest of the day, and then I'm not hungry again. But
Watching you
definitely
eat
not-
7 ice cream sandwiches was a sight to behold.
Four.
I thought it was a bit. And
it's
then
called-
you were like pulling them out of your sweatshirt pocket.
It's called cooling down the core. You ever see Chernobyl when the reactors don't get cool fast enough? My body was overheating. I needed to cool the core down. It's like when a horrific like hit in the NFL and they have to do that crazy thing where they basically
inject your body with ice.
yeah, and they basically cool you down so that your body can like heal. That's essentially what I do with ice cream. I cool my body down. Don't hate on it.
Also, if you keep
it
it in your pockets, you're cooling
impressive.
your skin
Yeah.
down in your belly too.
Yeah, exactly. I did. There was a moment, in the second half where I was like, I'm cramping.
I got so tired cheering at a basketball game. I put my hands on my knees at one point. I had to take a blow.
Yes.
was bad.
Yes. All right, PFT, your Fyre Fest.
Did Kevin Durant respond to you, by the way? on
No,
Instagram?
he saw it though. Yeah, he's I'm just gonna keep. We're gonna get him on eventually. Never.
My Fyre Fest of the week is that we're all fat pieces of shit compared to Evan Neal.
Oh,
So have you seen the pictures of him?
Evan Neal, who could be the first pick in the draft from Alabama.
He's 6'7", like 337 pounds, and he's like way skinnier than I am.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
he's like a freak like Aaron Donald, where it's like you shouldn't be what you are.
That his body shouldn't exist.
Right.
It was like built in a lab. I guess he's probably got like the heaviest bones in the world.
Can I see a picture?
You want to see a
Let
picture?
me see a
of Evan
picture of
Neal?
this dude.
I've got several saved on my phone.
Just shirtless.
Shirtless, yeah.
Hell yeah. Let me see this.
No, I'm typing his name into Twitter. Hang on.
I think I did. By the way, it's going to be the greatest PMTV that we've ever had on YouTube. When is it going to drop, Bubba? Tuesday? Yeah. Next Tuesday? It will be everything. I think there's a moment when you were painting my belly that I said, like, you know, me and Aaron Donald are kind of got the same physique if I just worked out a little more.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. How much does he weigh?
340 pounds.
That's nuts. That looks like the after picture of like he was 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
Like Biggest Loser.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're getting too big.
He's going to be a monster.
Look at this picture of him. This is bad radio, but look at this picture of him at the podium.
Yeah, he's skinny.
He's legitimately a skinny man who's...
Someone's going to draft him and be like, you got to put on 30 pounds.
Yeah, no, there's going to be like some coach, some strength and conditioning or nutrition coach that's like, this is the perfect frame for me to work my masterpiece.
Right.
He could, you know what? He could probably get up to 400 pounds and still look regular.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It is crazy.
That is wild.
My other Fyre Fest of the week is we've lost our darling Jake. I don't know. Should we sanction Jake?
No, I actually think we should let him.
I think we should maybe sanction him.
I think that was good for him.
Jake is sanctioned.
Good for
So he was on Stool Bench Mob, his podcast. Go subscribe now. They had an awesome interview with Tyler Hansborough, Psycho T. He lost his cool. He swore not once but twice. I loved it. I think we need to encourage it.
He dropped the F-bomb.
Yeah.
Like deployed the nuclear F-bomb.
Which is good. Yes.
No, it was
big.
Jake is hereby suspended for part of my take for the rest of today's episode.
Okay. I think Jake, though, should like Putin, should just have the case of F-bombs open. Don't use them, but just have them ready to go.
Well, now Rico knows that he's got him. It's called
We can get an F-bomb off.
It's called deterrence. That's what the policy is.
You could get a can at your head for that.
That's what the policy is.
You get a can at your head. All right. My Fyre Fest is my streak ended, and I should never gamble on the road. So it's terrible. Gambling on the road is the worst. I was 10-0, 10 in a row. I'm now 0-3. I'm going to get back to it. Also, my Fyre Fest is like going back on Tuesday to Madison and having that night just like makes me be like, damn, college is pretty fucking sweet. I wish I was back there. Mm-hmm. Which is not like a thought you should have as a 37-year-old.
I think it's fine to have that thought as long as you don't act on it.
Right, exactly. It is that like to momentarily have that thought, but like you don't want to be the dude who's like in his late 30s sitting around being like, man, college was so sweet. Like, I wish I could go back there right now.
No, it's actually good that you have a weekend where you get it all out of your system,
Right.
as opposed to like constantly thinking about wanting to go back, and then you repress that, and then you find yourself like sneaking off in the middle of the night, finding a college town.
Then I got
hanging out there.
You got a fucking earring and a Corvette, and the whole life is falling apart.
Then it's a totally messy situation.
Yeah. So, but it was awesome to be back. I still am like, that was the perfect night. It was the absolute perfect night. And this is March. I'm very excited for March Madness. Very excited for Conference Tourney Week. We got some big guests coming up, right?
Huge.
Mark Titus. That's not the biggest guest.
If he apologizes,
I don't want to be. I know that was
said.
confusing. That's not the headliner. He's like, no, he's not. He's not even the starting five.
He needs to apologize for what he's done.
No, I love Mark. He's on the Mount Rushmore of guests. Okay, let's get to Adam Schefter. And before, it's Adam Schefter. Then we're going to finish with our airport review, and then we'll have numbers at the end. Before we get to Adam Schefter, PFT, you had a quick word from one of our sponsors?
I do, yeah. I want to talk to you guys about our great friends over at Cross Country Mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage, they're a people-first group of people. If you've ever applied for a loan, if you're buying a home, you know it can be a big pain in the butt. All the red tape takes a long time to get through. Nobody likes it, but your friends over at Cross Country Mortgage can make it easier. They can save you a lot of money, too. Whether you're refinancing your home or you're getting a brand new loan, talk to the people at Cross Country Mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage is going to get you set, get you straight away, and have you in a new home or refinancing your old home, saving you thousands of dollars, maybe tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. They have an average close time of 21 days. That's ridiculously fast. So go to ccm.com/PFT crosscountry.com/barstool so Cross Country Mortgage can take care of you through the buying process. Cross Country Mortgage, ccm.com/barstool. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Now here's Adam Schefter.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, recurring guest, great friend of the program. It is Adam Schefter. That was a great intro.
That's a solid intro.
Well, let's just keep going. All right, so Shefty, thank you for coming on. We have a theory, and this is where we're going to start. We haven't seen you.
I can't wait to see where we're going to start.
Yeah,
Like I'm
okay,
waiting
all right,
for the
here's a good start.
man
You
to
know.
fall
I
out of
know.
the ceiling.
Credit
for
to
somebody
you.
to come onto the table.
We have no
like,
tricks.
we-
No
I'm
tricks.
waiting
No
for-
tricks.
Where we go?
Credit-
Assault. What do we got?
Assault. Credit to you. You whenever I text, I'm like, hey, you want to come on? You're like, yup, just tell me when. So we were thinking about it. We haven't seen you in 2 years. You haven't been on in 2 years because last year, obviously, COVID, no combine. Do you think that we've been more mean to you in the last year because we haven't seen you recently? Because we thought about it. And we're
So
like,
I've heard.
So I was like, I think maybe
I've
we're
heard.
too mean to Shefty because this is our reset every year, our annual reset where we see you, we have some laughs, we have some fun, and then we go about our ways and we're like, next time we're going to dunk on Shefty, we like pause for a second and maybe don't
Until
go as hard.
until you wind up dunking.
Yeah,
the
we
next
still
time.
dunk on it,
But
but maybe
it's
not as hard.
It is like the annual airing of grievances, where we
But
get
I've
all
got
our
no
stuff
grievances,
off. Yeah,
right?
No,
well,
we have grievances.
You got to start
Exactly.
working
I know.
on
You'll,
that.
Yeah, we have
you'll ask me
grievances.
about all the
Yeah,
grievances. Right? We'll get
yes,
to all of it.
yes,
You want me to throw them out? Like where we're going?
Well, which one do you
Yeah,
think
you
is
can
the most
start.
grievance?
Well, I figured that
grievance of the
Cliff
grievances?
Kingsbury signed his contract today.
I was just
so I
saying.
think you could start right there.
Did,
Like,
did
hook, right?
Oklahoma? Yeah. What happened? I
Let me
thought he
say
was going to
something.
Oklahoma.
Let me say something. If he wanted the job, he had the job.
Okay.
And I know everybody said, oh, his agent called Adam to tell him this and to plan. Let me tell you this. I'm sitting on my couch Sunday afternoon. I get a call from somebody, not in the Cliff Kingsbury camp, connected to
Cliff
the Arizona
Kingsbury
Cardinals.
mom. Yeah, his mom called
And
you.
they said, are you aware of the fact that Oklahoma is kind of after him? And I said, no. And they said, they are. And I said, okay. Well, I made a couple more calls and found out that if he wanted that job, he could have it. Now it was portrayed as I'm giving Cliff Kingsbury leverage. I could care less.
He did get leverage.
Great. Good for him. You know what? His record is going to give him the leverage he wants or doesn't want.
That's true. So under that same argument though, is Bill Belichick not open for every college job every year?
Well, again, do I think Cliff Kingsbury is going to go to Oklahoma? Probably not, but I'm just telling you that
It was talked about.
There were people that weekend reaching out to him, asking him if he wanted the job. So my question to you would be, if there was an NFL head coach that was receiving interest from a college about becoming its head coach, whether or not he wanted it, would that be newsworthy?
It could be. And again, we don't know what your source was on this. I trust your sources, probably rock solid.
Yeah, it was.
Right? But there is I think in this past year there's become more of that
Skepticism.
Yeah.
And I
It's
think
unbelievable. By the way, I live it every time.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to have some skepticism because you do have a lot of power. Do you know how powerful you are? You're a powerful man.
Do you think the skepticism is
I'm not powerful enough to be on the Wisconsin podium hoisting the Big Ten trophy.
That's
Not
true.
that powerful.
But you might be powerful enough hypothetically to say Jimmy Garoppolo has outperformed expectations and is a big part of why the San Francisco 49ers are where they are right now.
Here
No,
it
what
is.
I said was,
I have the whole quote.
Jimmy Garoppolo simultaneously
has raised his value
to other teams in the league,
to
which
both
he did.
the 49ers and other teams in the offseason
Which he
trade
did.
market.
What is wrong with
49ers would not be where they are today without him.
I think the timing of it was what did it for me because it was just out of the clouds. Adam, it was like you woke
Was
up
it Sunday afternoon?
You woke up and you're like,
They were
you know
playing
what?
that day?
I'm going to gas up Jimmy G today.
Was that a direct one-for-one trade that Don Yee gave you so that you get the Brady news?
100% not Don Yee news. In fact, I did speak to Don Yee afterwards on the Tom Brady news.
Yeah. Oh, we got to go through this timeline.
We're going to go through all this, right?
Yes,
I knew
yes.
we weren't coming
There
here to
are
talk about the
grievances.
4 ice cream sandwiches in 28 minutes, okay? I knew we weren't doing that.
Ultimately, you were right about the Brady news.
Yes, I want to hear all of it. I want to hear.
But there's got to be a moment for you,
Yes.
after you put the Brady news out there, and then it starts to get disputed. Even if you think your sourcing is rock solid.
Well, here's
on
the thing on any story, right? Anytime, what you always wonder about is you can say that this guy, this team is doing this. Things get out, dynamics get changed and shifted. That's what you always wonder about.
Material change.
And so he was retiring. I mean, there were other plans. He's doing a movie. He was talked about as a limited owner of the Miami Dolphins. His family was the decision had been made. He was retiring. And we report, and it's shocking to me sometimes how some of these things take on a life of their own. Like the Jimmy Garoppolo thing, he was being ripped on all year long. They were in the playoffs. They made a deep run. Did he not raise his value in the postseason? I think he did. Don Yee never said anything. In fact, on the Tom Brady thing, to get back to Don Yee, the first contact I had with Don Yee was afterwards when he called. He said, and my wife was in the office. And I haven't talked about this before, but I'm in my office. It was a Saturday afternoon. It was a snowstorm in New York. Wife is sitting there. Don Yee calls, and he's like, why would you not call me in advance? I said, I did call you multiple times, left messages, never heard back from you. He said, I have a statement I want to read to you. Now, when he said that, I will say, I went, okay, what do we got here?
Yeah.
Like, what is this statement going to be? Because that statement could be what? It could
You're
be
getting sued.
Or it could be like, other people said it's wrong.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Sued. What am I getting sued about for?
I don't know.
Because you're
Slander.
right, defamation.
Yeah.
Well,
Defamation.
you said something
libel.
you said something interesting right there, which is that Tom Brady was talked about as a limited owner of the Dolphins. That seems like that conveys that like the supposed bad blood that we've all kind of like talked about between Brady and the Patriots. Like that might be even more real if he's going to get in the division.
Ooh.
Now we're really coming up with conspiracy theories.
Well,
No, I don't think that's that far off.
I hadn't thought about it like that.
what do you think about the theory that maybe?
But hold on. But I want to go back to the one-on-one because you were saying it was a one-on-one on Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
When I didn't speak to Don Yee till after the fact. You know, there are people who, media critics, like, oh, why would you not reach out to the? I did reach out to the agent. The agent never responded. Never responded. In fact, I remember he was saying he was sitting out by his citrus trees that day.
That's nice.
What, he's like Don Corleone? What's going
so.
on here?
I guess
All right, so what was the statement? It was a statement that you tweeted, right?
The statement was that whatever I put out there that, you know, Tom hasn't made it. Tom is the only one that'll announce his decision, and he'll do it when he's ready. Something to that effect, right?
So was there ever a moment that you were like, uh-oh? Because, like, this is obviously an enormous, enormous story. It's the greatest football player of all time. You're basically saying he's retiring. He's saying, no, I'm not.
You know what's funny?
If you got that one wrong.
I remember back in the day, I reported that Tony Romo on a Monday, it was at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The Cowboys and Eagles were playing for the division championship. It was Monday, 4 o'clock. We had just finished NFL Live at ESPN. We're in the studio, and I get a call that Tony Romo needs back surgery. And I reported back surgery, and it's the Cowboys, and it's for the playoff spot, and they're playing the Eagles, and all the media forces mobilize at the Cowboys training complex, and ESPN sends everyone they got there, and Jason Garrett walks out, and all the people start screaming, well, what's the deal with Tony Romo? We'll see if he's going to practice tomorrow. We'll see if he's going to practice. My boss is, you sure you got your information right? You sure you got your information right? And I had somebody on the ESPN staff text me, hey, you might want to soften your report now.
Ooh.
But again, when you report what you report it for a reason. You're going to walk it back at that point?
Yeah,
so
it's not soft.
Reporters report.
It's just saying like, hey, retract your statement real quick.
You're saying, do you worry about it? No, listen.
There wasn't a moment. Because it was obviously very, like, I even said, I was like, I don't have no dog in this fight, but I'm kind of hoping Tom Brady plays 5 more years.
Well, that's
just
why
to
I brought in
dunk on
Jeff Darlington as my body shield.
I thought so.
Jeff Darlington he's great, and he knows what he's doing. So, like, I figure, people are going to come after us. Let him go to Jeff Darlington, not me.
Well, we did we gave Jeff credit for it.
As you should. As you should.
Yeah, so how does that work out when you're splitting a scoop with somebody? It's like
more credit for everybody else. I don't need any.
But deep down, give it to me. Not one moment where you're like, uh-oh, Adam.
No. You know what it was? It was like picking up my daughter at school on Monday, and she's in 7th grade, and she gets in the car, and she's like, Dad, why is everybody mad at you over Tom Brady? Why are there articles in the New York Post about you about Tom Brady? I'm like, oh, because we reported that he's going to retire, which he did the next morning. Which, again, I mean, it's just amazing, right? Like,
it was crazy. And I still think, though, deep down, there was one moment where you're like, oh, man. P-Boy, you did it again. You put yourself in a pickle.
P-Boy never peed his pants.
Now, do you think? Now let's transition to this, because you broke the news before Tom Brady could. Do you think you're partially to blame for Tom Brady not adequately thanking Hank and Patriots Nation because he didn't have enough time?
Yeah. Well, I think Tom should have thanked Hank and Patriots Nation. I thought that was out of line.
Correct.
That
Very
Hank,
much
that
so.
Hank was not cited in there.
Was eventually.
And honestly, I was quite surprised that Tom didn't come under the scrutiny and criticism that Jeff and I did for our reporting of the story, because that to me was a much more major transgression. That was more valid. That criticism was
Tom
more
Brady's
valid.
reporting was incorrect on himself.
Well,
When he put the skepticism out there, you ended up being right. Do you take a victory lap after all that? Like, what's that like when you're
you
when
do
you're,
a pizza.
when you're
You get a
vindicated?
pizza. You get a full
celebrate a
pizza.
good scoop.
no.
Not
Just
scoop
go
of
on
ice
to the
cream?
next one.
I mean, there's relief. Like, okay, this is over. Like, my daughter's not going to hear anything at school. Like, because she got kids, saying things to her. I don't like that.
No, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Is that
That's legit.
So she's actually like encroaching on your territory a little bit, or is that you also using her as like a bodyguard against you? Like, no, she broke it, not me. That'd be a good idea to just credit her on the scoops, and no one's going to get mad about her botching one.
Or just have her do the reverse scoops, so one of you's
But
right.
You know what? I was doing a thing with Rich Eisen earlier this year, and he said, we're talking about my daughter doing stuff on Nickelodeon on Slime Time, which honestly was probably the coolest thing of the whole year by far, because for years I took my daughter to work with me, and this year, for the first time, she took me to work with her, because I walked in the Tuesday morning after the Pittsburgh-Cleveland Monday night game, and I had a 6 a.m. flight back from Pittsburgh, and I left the hotel like 3:30 in the morning, and I remember walking in about 8:15 and thinking, I'm going back to bed for an hour. I walk in, 8:20 the phone rings, and it's Nickelodeon, and the regular host, young Dylan, can't make it that day. Could my daughter Dylan, make it? I'm like, okay, well, there goes that nap. So literally turned around, went into the city, and it was the coolest thing ever to watch her work. But in talking to Rich, at one point, he's like, has she ever gotten scoopage information that you've kind of picked up? I said, no, but you know what? She had Jamar Chase on early in the year, and she was talking to him about his nickname or why he wore one. Like, and everybody calls him Uno, and his brother was born on the first, and his father was born on the first, and there was a lot of Unos in the family. Well, somehow that kind of made its way into reporting, and my daughter, I guess, triggered this little insight on Jamar Chase.
So that's her first
Yeah,
scoop.
so Tom Brady, she was the one that initially came to me, and she said, Dad, I just want to give you a heads up. We canned our Tom Brady Nickelodeon interview, but he told me he's going to. I'm not going to use it. I think it benefits the family more if you report it.
But you didn't tag her.
So I brought in Jeff Darlington. We knocked her out.
Yeah, Jeff Darlington's actually just a fake person.
Correct.
He's just like one of those
He's
CGI
Jeff
bots.
Darlington
This
is
not a
the
real
alias
person.
for Dylan Schefter.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tom Brady, chances he plays again?
Today, I would say not going to play again. Today,
Never.
Well, listen. Today, March 2nd, as we take, I don't think he's going to play again. How he's going to feel in July and August when people are going back to training camp, when we're talking football, when you guys got Blake Bortles coming on and he's going to be getting a job somewhere or something like that, right? Like, he may get the itch.
That sounds like a shot at Blake right
Or-
there.
or
not
do
a
you
shot at
know
No, I've got rabbit ears. I'm
Blake's
very
your guy.
sensitive for Blake.
Blake's your guy.
Is Blake going to get signed somewhere? Is there buzz?
There are a lot of teams that need a lot of quarterbacks.
Okay.
I think he's going to get. I think he might have another opportunity.
I've heard that simultaneously Blake Bortles has raised his own stock as well as the stock of the New Orleans Saints
That's a fact.
Agreed.
after he played on the
Agreed.
team, and there are a lot of teams calling about him. Would you say that's fair?
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Next grievance. Are you Shams he's kind of encroaching on your territory now.
Shams is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jameis.
Oh.
He broke that in your face. How'd that feel?
Credit to Shams. Well, I guess you know what? It's sort of like who was the guy that got dunked on the other? It was Jacob Podol by John Morant, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you
perfect
nailed that.
pronunciation.
I feel like Jacob Podol right now.
So, but you've dipped in the NBA, so now it's like a tit for tat. They're going to come on your turf.
Guess
Is
what?
it a turf war?
I'm coming for more NBA news.
Really?
Because I've noticed that
Is that breaking news?
Throwing down the gauntlet right now.
Wow.
You've been slacking on the NBA news. You've been laser
Well,
focused on the NFL.
you know what happened? COVID happened, and they've got a host of NBA reporters. They don't really need me. Mine was just like a fun kind of thing to do. And so anytime that they have a game in Philadelphia or Brooklyn, I'm happy to go do that. Nobody from ESPN has asked me to do that.
That's just you. That's like what you do for fun. Your hobby is I'm going to report on a different sport.
And just dunk on
Honestly,
and just beat everyone to that.
When I did do that, I did about a half dozen NBA games. That was fun. Like, the only thing that wasn't really fun was I remember we were getting ready for the draft, and they said, could you do a playoff game? Like, I'd love to do a playoff. That would be awesome. The only thing I ask is, like, we're getting ready for the draft. We're still getting out of free agency. Could you just keep me close by? So they only sent me to Salt Lake City, to do the Utah Jazz. So I appreciated it. It was very thoughtful of them.
You got to pay your dues, man.
Yes.
Exactly.
You're starting over in the
and I go
NBA.
to Salt Lake City. And the funny thing is, I lived in Denver for almost 16 years. I get out of the plane, and by about 1 o'clock, I had so much altitude sickness that I couldn't. I mean, it came up on you really quick. Really. And you would have thought that living in Colorado, maybe you would have been used to No.
No, us short guys, we don't do well with the heights.
It's awful. It was,
I'm not
it was
used
terrible.
to the air up there. It's too
It was
thick.
terrible. So they haven't sent me back to Salt Lake City on another assignment or anything like that. So we'll see.
Where are Manners? We didn't even. How's the knee doing?
Yeah. Oh, I asked him in the elevator. He said everyone asks him.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
how's
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Sorry, credit to
The
Big
two
Cat.
things that we get asked more about the knee, Tom Brady and the knee. The knee
And the
probably
Des
won.
tape. And the Des tape. Where is it?
I haven't
Give
heard
me
that
the
in a
Des
long
tape.
time. We had to bring that
No,
up.
that's always going to come up. I wrote it right here, Des tape.
Okay.
Where is it?
It is somewhere on the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, I would like to see it. All right, but yeah, the knee.
So yeah, how's the knee?
Assault. The knee, what happened was that night, I want to set the record straight a little bit, because Steve Young was the white guy doing the gritty, like all over the field.
Yep.
And I'm with Booger and Randy, and we're having a good time, and so we're trying to stay warm. So I just did it. I didn't realize the camera would capture me and that my knee would get injured. And so I went in, I got an MRI, and again, injury information that has not been revealed anywhere else. We'll reveal it here, but we scheduled surgery, knee surgery, for after the Super Bowl. My doctor, he'll appreciate Dr. Freeman.
Shout out.
Yep. And we decided what we do is we do an aggressive form of physical therapy leading up to the Super Bowl, take 2 weeks off, see how it felt after. I got to tell you, feels pretty good.
So no surgery.
Not right now.
So you gutted it out for the rest
Gutted.
of the year. You're
Played
like, you know
hurt.
what? I'm going to put
Played
it off.
hurt. Yeah,
For my
exactly.
team, I'm going to continue to show up at work, do my best, play through pain. You know what the worst
How
part
many
about
players have we seen do that, right? Like you just say, like they need the surgery, and they're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not getting it. I'm going to play right through it.
Yeah,
And that's what we did.
It's refreshing to see.
thank you.
I think
Thank you.
I think the worst part about that visual wasn't necessarily the dance.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was the boots you
Yeah,
were
the
wearing.
boots.
The boots were
Well,
bad.
here's the thing. Here's
No,
the
I don't.
thing.
I'm not going to let you.
There is
defend
no
these-
here's the thing.
You
No,
can't
there is a,
spin
there is
the
a
boots.
thing.
No,
There is a thing.
no. It
Of
was
course
cold.
there-
Yeah.
Were
Of
those
course there's a
Uggs?
thing.
Yeah.
They had fur on them.
We were in Buffalo the week before where I'm being blown out of chairs. Where
are we.
Yeah, we were. It wasn't
Oh,
that
you-
cold.
you-
It
oh,
wasn't
yeah,
that
wasn't that
cold.
It wasn't
were-
cold.
we were-
It wasn't that cold.
No, it wasn't.
We
It
actually
wasn't
took
that
our
windy.
shirts off because it was so hot in the suite.
Well, I will say this: I am very soft, very
Okay,
soft.
okay.
Okay,
You're
Very-
not, you're not.
Very soft.
You played through meniscus.
I did. Yes, that I can do that. But put me in the cold, I don't do well. I can't stand it. And so we're on the field in Buffalo where you say it wasn't that cold. I had a little bit of a different interpretation of it. And
We were joking. We were in a suite the whole time.
okay, well there you
Yeah,
go.
so
But
it
we
was
were
nice.
shirtless.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it was freezing. That wind was unbelievable. And so we went to Chicago. Now, what was notable about that trip, not only was the knee, but I flew out with a guy in my row. In the plane, he continues to take off his mask. 2 hours flight from New York to Chicago.
Jail. Was his name Aaron Rodgers?
Coughing,
Oh.
sneezing, wiping his nose the entire time. And then when we got off the plane, I'm walking outside, like literally the guy's like walking right behind me. 2 days later, I get home on Wednesday, scratchy throat,
Big C.
coughing. Hold on. 3 days later, the entire Schefter family,
Big C.
Big C, everybody tested positive.
That guy.
That
Was that Aaron
guy,
Rodgers?
That asshole on the plane. I'm telling you, there's no doubt my guy. That guy on the plane gave me so I damaged my meniscus and got COVID. But we played through it.
This is a great way to just totally get us off track of these boots because I don't
but
know how
so
we
the
got
boots.
to this.
So the boots.
I completely forgotten about the
Jesse just
boots.
told us his whole family got COVID.
I went on a journey with you.
Just answer the boot question.
That guy, that motherfucker.
Boot. Here's what happened.
That
okay?
motherfucker almost killed your daughter. That's disgusting.
Yes.
My wife is a type 1 diabetic. Literally, like we had to get her IVs to kind of help, bring her along because that's dangerous for a
Yes,
type 1
but the
diabetic.
boot. Yes.
And it was that asshole on the plane that gave it to me. I'm so pissed off about him. The boot. Buffalo haunted about how cold I was. I'm like, I don't really care. Like I'm on a set. I don't care if I'm wearing fur boots and fur mittens and fur earmuffs. I'm going to be warm in Chicago. Now, it wasn't that bad that night. It was cold. So I'm not expecting to get up from the desk. I'm not expecting to be shimmying around on the field with Randy and Booger and following Steve's lead. But I was, and so, yeah, you caught me in these furry boots, but you know what? They were warmer than what I could normally wear. And honestly, I don't care what it looks like as long as I stay warm on the road. That's all I really care about.
Did you consider reaching out to Dr. James Andrews, where you're like, you know what? I'm basically in the NFL. Let's see if I can get an A-lister to do my knee.
No, but, there was a time in the Super Bowl in Miami where I was working for NFL Network at the time and came down with a violent stomach virus. Like, I had to go to the
Is your
hospital.
immune system okay?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I'm concerned about your body.
As you should be. Okay? Too many donuts in the morning, too much coffee. Big Cat probably can understand, right?
Yes.
And so...
I'm healthy like an ox, though, so no big deal. I don't get sick. I've had COVID like 3 times. No big deal.
Get right through it, right?
Yeah. Every strain.
I was sick at the NFL Super Bowl, brought me on set. They had a couple of the NFL doctors assigned to the teams looking after me. I never got well that week. I literally could not eat. I was in the hospital.
Wait, the Miami one?
The New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans.
New Orleans,
Okay.
Indianapolis,
Okay,
back in the
got
day.
it, got it,
Back
got
in
it.
the day.
So
Prince Super Bowl.
So no, that was Indianapolis, Chicago.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Indianapolis, New Orleans.
Was that also Miami?
That was Miami.
Okay.
one.
All our years blend together.
Yeah, they do
So,
after a while. It's hard to.
Here's a tough question for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
You just told us about the meniscus, right? You didn't get surgery. You're a free agent coming up. Mm-hmm. Do you think maybe potential people now will hear this and be like, well, we want to sign him, but his knee could blow at any moment?
I mean, that's got to be a concern.
I'm now putting that as a red flag. We're at the combine. That is an official red flag. This is similar to the Jimmy G thing. He's getting shoulder surgery right now. We're buying, if someone's like, hey, I want to get Adam Schefter, it might just blow up.
It could.
Right? You could be on the DL.
And I'm trying to find a good deal. Like, I've been following some of these bets of the year, and so
Game of the year, 3-0.
Yeah.
Are you going to get into the gambling industry? Because that's listen.
That's
you
my,
don't
that's
have
my
to,
theory. I think you're a smart guy, and you've proven yourself at NFL Network and ESPN. You've worn the big J, and heavy is the head that wears the big J sometimes. And I feel like the gambling industry right now is throwing so much money at people. It's going to be hard for you to say no.
Well, I think the times are changing. I think it's a different day and age. But I will say that truly, I've loved being at ESPN. It's been 13 years. There's been all sorts of fun incidents here that we've documented. Des tape.
You can blame Florio for that, by the way.
thereof.
Because when he's on the show, we just ask him about the Des tape.
Yeah. What's that? Is it news?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I'm waiting for Cliff Kingsbury to tweet out where.
We'll do it. Our
Yeah.
Jake Marshall will do it.
He's been covering your impending free agency.
Yes,
for sure.
We had him get on top of it. Yeah, we want him to be covering every move that you.
You know
make.
what's funny? There are these things out there that never happened sometimes. Like, Adam Schefter met with this company.
Okay, but and Pietti's wants to bring up something about Jake Marshall. But real quick, you are like, I'm going to give you a compliment. You are an insanely hard worker. You are at the top of your profession. It has to feel a little bit good to maybe get close to free agency here
Well, you know what's
and
cool?
be like, hey,
cool?
people want me.
Well, I've covered free agency for 32 years, and it's kind of fun to study it, watch it, and then essentially go through something like that your own.
And
on your own.
So
right?
what lessons have you? Are you like deleting
I
ESPN
actually feel
from
like-
your Twitter bio? You should do that.
Unfollowing people,
Unfollow
yeah.
everybody.
That's excellent. That's a great idea.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You should unfollow Jimmy Pitaro.
Well,
That would be great. That would get everyone.
I
buzzing.
love Jimmy Pitaro.
Yeah, but why'd you unfollow him?
I don't think he has a social media account, but there are other people I can unfollow. And other
Burke
people,
Magnus?
I like him too.
Yeah, we like him a lot, but why'd you unfollow him?
You got to play a power play. Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the power play takes on different forms, right? You got to plot it out.
You note
It's not
tap
just-
him?
Well, listen, we got.
Are you on Instagram? You can scrub your Instagram, like any pictures that you've ever had with Booger McFarland.
I could have my agent release a statement that ESPN better pay me, or I'm not going to cover I'm not going to cover a Super Bowl.
You know what you could do? You could also hold out. Like, what if on the eve of NFL free agency, you just said, you know what? I'm not going to cover this. I'm not going to give
Hold
you
out.
anything until you give me my contract. The double holdout has never been done before.
Wait, are you?
I love that idea.
The double holdout's a genius idea.
You don't understand your value. You're like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You're like, and right now Aaron Rodgers, I believe per our best friend Diana Rossini, said he wants to be the highest paid player in the history of the NFL. So you should be,
which he later denied.
Yeah.
No way. He said he insinuated something that was like, why is the media misconstruing my words?
like
That's
an
never
honest
happened
guy.
with him.
You know what's amazing about that? With the Aaron Rodgers situation, we continue to divert in all these other areas, but there are people in that Packers organization that have no idea what he's going to do.
Oh, no duh. He holds him hostage.
No idea.
He's Brett
And here we
Favre.
are on March 2nd. Players don't know. Coaches don't know. Like, what's he doing?
So, I mean,
crazy.
the report was he wants like $50 million. I could ask you the same, like, what's your number
Yeah.
to walk away?
$50 million.
It is?
That's
good.
money. You could put it out.
Okay.
there.
Wait, so you said your agent could
Adam Schefter
list-
demands
Yeah,
$50 million
Per year.
from ESPN per year guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And the use of Trent Dilfer's private plane.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's going to consider holding out on the eve of free agency and
Yes.
not show up
Yep.
to do all the studio shows in time.
All
that. I
released
love that.
by your agent, Don Ye.
Well,
No, we're now his agent.
No, his
so we get
agent is Don Ye.
no, we get 10%.
Connect the dots.
We absolutely
Who's
get 10%.
that call?
it's it's actually the person. Big Cat and I had a funny thing today. He was texting me where the room was, where there was a team that wanted to do an interview for one of their websites. So I said, hey, I'll talk to you this afternoon. So I was texting Big Cat when I thought I was texting them, and I told accidental
old
text.
switcheroo.
I told
Yeah,
him.
he said,
I told him,
he said,
I said,
congrats.
please don't sue me.
Yeah, he said,
did the
congrats,
Bill-
Big Cat, on the Buffalo
Yeah,
job.
you did the Bill Belichick. Sorry, I really fucked this up. Dash AS.
Congrats.
So-
I mean, what a great week. You get the Buffalo job,
Yep,
and
yeah.
you're on the podium with the Wisconsin
Yes,
team,
yes.
presenting the trophy. A part, like, what do you got to do to make that happen?
It was crazy. I don't really know.
He's basically part of the team now.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was nuts. I'm still, the only reason that I've come down a little bit off that high is we're now in the hotel that I was in when Wisconsin lost to Duke in 2015. So I'm having flashbacks.
And you're with me.
everything's
It's like, what a
yeah.
you're going to go to Madison,
Yeah.
celebrate.
And then
No,
right
you're
back
gonna
here, I
do
walked
this
in the
crap.
lobby.
You're the
and-
highlight
and
of our trip.
this crap, yeah.
Hank was like, I was like, what's your memory from here? And Hank's like, you dying right there. And I was like, cool, that's awesome.
I'm going to grab my phone real quick to read the Jake Marsh thing.
Okay, all right. So no, seriously though, I want to compliment you. It's incredible. Like free agency, we give you a lot of shit, but you are a insanely hardworking person. You're at the top of your profession. Is it like, are you going to do maybe a little wine and dine? Like take me out to a steak dinner kind of thing? Like let me go to I don't know, DraftKings, and they'll put you up on the Jumbotron, or maybe like CBS Sports will give you a jersey. Maybe you do like Ray Allen, He Got Game, and you go and fuck two women at the same time. I don't know. What are you going to do?
You know, I don't know because I really haven't been through this before, but I will say that I did have one. You talk about wine and dine and women. Well, the only thing I've had so far is I had one breakfast with ESPN in
okay.
a diner. And I said to them, I'm like, hey, the last time that I had a meal with an ESPN executive, right, was when I signed my last contract 7 years ago. 7 years ago. We went to a really nice dinner. It was me, John Skipper,
And now it's a diner.
Seth Markman, Stephanie Drewley, Rob Savinelli at the time. I'm trying to think of all the people that were at that dinner. It was a
Former
great.
Barstool employee, Rob Savinelli.
It was a memorable dinner, and this time we started out with a breakfast at a diner in Connecticut. I'm just telling you.
Times
you
have
tell
changed.
me you see teams like there are free agents that fly in commercially, first class, some private. I'm just telling you.
Wait, free agents fly in commercially?
Yeah, I'm talking about football free
But
agents.
they do?
Oh, there are some, yeah.
I guess there would be like lower
Yeah.
price, but like big ones,
Different
you got to
team-
fly private.
Yeah, well,
right?
different teams take different approaches with different guys.
Yeah,
like
the Bengals.
Just say the Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals
They-
just straight up put you on Spirit
There
Airlines.
are coaches that I know who have been on job interviews on connecting flights. Like, wait, they're flying you to wherever they're flying you on a connecting flight.
That's crazy.
Like, what the heck?
Okay, that
Thoughts
is
and
crazy.
prayers.
So anyway, so we started with ESPN at a diner, but like I said, I have a lot of affection for a lot of people there. I really do.
Yeah,
If
yeah, I'm
you
sure it's a
go
hard
somewhere
decision.
else, you should demand to like bring in talent around like a high priced quarterback. Being like, I'm gonna need a wide receiver out here.
Of course.
You got to hire my daughter too.
Of course.
Yeah. Darlington's
package
Yeah,
deal.
Darlington,
Exactly.
Yes.
If Darlington's going to take bullets for me,
Yeah.
I'm going to absolutely do that again.
All right, so I wanted to read this to you
Yeah.
because Jake Marsh, he's one of our most trusted, loyal employees here. He's at PMT Sports Biz. He's the one that's been reporting a little bit on your free agency, gassing you up a little bit, actually.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jake.
He wrote to you. Yeah, it's very cool. He wrote to you back in 2015 when he was a student at Syracuse University because I guess he had read a Q&A that you did with the Michigan Daily back in 2013. And Jake was rushing a fraternity, and he got rejected a second time from rushing. Do you remember this email?
No.
And-
but I know somebody else who got rejected twice from fraternity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
So he's like a big fan of journalism in general. That's what he wants to do, and he's going to do it eventually. But he wrote you an email just kind of explaining where he's coming from. He's like, I saw how you talked about dealing with rejection, and I got chills when he read it, is what he said. And then you replied to his email, actually. You said, Jake, pleased to hear the encouragement you got from my interview in the Daily. If you get a moment, please look at the speech I gave at Northwestern a few years ago. I think there's a link to it on my Wikipedia page. That speech will sum up my thoughts on the college experience and advancing your career. But you're doing the right things, getting involved, reaching out to other organizations. There's always a place for everyone. It's up to you to find it. It sounds like you're well on your way to doing that, which I congratulate you for. Make sure to use your college experience to gain as much experience as you can, do as many summer internships as you can, and work as hard as you can. And screw the fraternity. One day they'll regret not inviting you. One day you'll be better off for it. Have a great time in college. Keep chasing your dreams. Sincerely, Adam Schefter. That was a very nice email that you sent back
Very
to Jake,
nice.
and it encouraged him a lot and put him in a better space. So as much shit as we give you, I think you're a good guy.
And I would say with that email, I would say with all the people that you listen, I don't know, you think I'm a good guy, but anyway,
It's just a very funny. Like, listen,
you're an
like
asshole.
for everything
rip
you
your
do
ass,
that
but-
like is terrible, you're a good guy.
Despite your boots, I don't think
Begrudgingly.
you're evil. Yeah.
I don't care what everyone says about you. You're an okay guy.
But listen, you got all those Wisconsin fans swarming Big Cat last night, right? There's a lot of people. You guys have a huge audience in that age range. There's a lot of people across college campuses that hang on every word that you guys say. So I'm asked for advice. That's advice that I would give to almost anybody. So his situation was that he was rejected from a fraternity. But there's somebody else that didn't get into a club or didn't make a team or doesn't get a job or whatever it is. It's all, we're all going through the same things in college, right? It's the same stuff. So it's up to everybody else, I don't go my soapbox here, to just go make the most of your opportunity. But I got rejected from a fraternity my freshman year, and that was when, at that point in time, I went down to the football office to see if they needed somebody to pick up jock straps and hand out water bottles, and they didn't. Basketball office, they didn't need anybody. I'm like, I got to do something. What am I going to do? God, the fraternity doesn't want me. Football, basketball don't want me. I'm going to go to the student newspaper. And if the fraternity had let me in, I'm telling you right now, I never would have went to the student newspaper. And then the fraternity, the second semester, a different fraternity didn't let me in. And my college buddies to this day laugh about it because they finally let me in first term sophomore year. So all my friends got in. Freshman year, I was enough of a loser that I couldn't get in until my sophomore year. But at that point, I had started to work for the student newspaper and just tried to make something happen when nothing else was happening.
I think it's a good message, though, that like some people can take rejection and then that turns into anger and resentment and it becomes a negative thing, or you could try to turn it into something positive. But what did you do in between your freshman? How'd you get so much cooler?
I didn't get that. Let me tell you something.
The frat got worse.
No, no. You know what? I had some friends there. I don't think I got. They had a fight to get me in. Like there was a real chance I wasn't going to get in. And you know what? If I didn't get in, I would have lost out on some of those great experiences and some of those friends. But it probably would have worked out elsewhere. Like it would have been a different experience. That's all. That's the point, right? Whether you're applying to a fraternity, an internship, a job, but so there are always going to be people to tell us no. Like I have hundreds of rejection letters, right? Like I wanted to go cover the Colorado Rockies baseball team for the Rocky Mountain News, and they wouldn't let me go cover the new baseball team, the expansion franchise. No, you're going to stick on the NFL and you're going to like it, okay? Like you got no choice. And so I was forced to stay on the Broncos beat back in the day.
But it's also, I think, a great lesson of a lot of people successful, like a lot of lucky things have to happen. And, things go your way in different ways where it's like, oh, that happened and now I'm here. Like, I think a lot of people get to a point of their career where they kind of forget about the luck or the little breaks that happen along the way.
Oh, it takes all that.
Right.
Like, I never would have imagined being in this position today.
With us, you mean?
Holding out a free agency, contemplating a holdout, scrubbing my Instagram page.
You've always been a team first guy.
Yeah, absolutely. But
change.
at some point in time, that's got to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yes, demands.
Listen.
They're trying to make you play with a torn meniscus. Antonio
Exactly.
Brown, rip off your shirt. Get out of here.
I need to be able to afford the next pair of furry boots.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. Listen, you absolutely. Your business. You got to start thinking about yourself as a business.
It would be so awesome if you actually did this, if you leaned into it.
By the way, how come I don't have a furry boots endorsement deal yet?
That's a
Probably
good
because you
question.
tore your knee off using them.
Yeah.
You're like, we don't want
Well,
this
that-
guy.
that probably is
Come to
true.
Barstool Sports. We'll get you all the furry boots you need.
Oh, is that an offer?
Are we in the?
Is that an offer?
Can we at least get a hat on the table when you do
Absolutely.
the announcement?
Hats on the table.
Like, can we please at least get a Barstool hat?
Yeah.
Like, he was considering it. We'll have an offer. We'll absolutely have an offer. Why
$49
not?
million.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
You can't
Oh,
use the
well,
bathroom.
you just negotiated against your. You said $50 million and I'm out.
We're
We
good.
just talked you down.
We got you.
Well, I mean, let's get the conversations going. You want to start at $49 million. We get the hat on the table. We go from
You're
there.
using us as leverage because now you're going to take the $49 million and you're going to be like, I'll take this unless $50 million.
Let me see what Dongy has to say about that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do quick like stories that are coming up. Obviously, you don't have a definitive answer, but like which way the wind is blowing.
Oh yeah, those
Okay.
those always result in headlines.
No, listen, we're not.
Like
all right.
last week, I say
Okay.
likely Jimmy Garoppolo's moving on, and that turns into a headline of not a lock that the 49ers are going to trade him.
We'll do percentages. Percentages
no,
always
no,
work.
I'll never do percentages.
Percentages always
I'm not
work.
doing
How about this one? We'll just call it gun to your head.
Yeah, gun to your head. Gun to your head. Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback for the Seahawks to start the season.
I would think that would be the case.
Okay.
Good answer.
Okay, gun to your head. Carson Wentz is the Colts starting quarterback to start the season.
Carson Wentz, I think we should put him in Washington just to see PFT.
Shut the fuck up. No, that's not even mean. That's not even. That's not even.
You put a gun to my head, I'm coming back at you.
That's not even a mean thing to do. That seriously,
fighting back.
my soul. When I think about Carson Wentz playing for the Commanders, my soul just kind of like my body just goes. It just goes limp.
Oh, it'd be so bad.
Do you think about that, by the way, when you tweet out the graphic that's like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur, all on the 2013 Washington Redskins team? Do you think about how pissed off I'm going to be when you do that? The thought's you got to be like, I'm so glad that PFT's mad at me right now.
That was an incredible staff. I'm not trying to rub it
Yeah,
in.
I know. Also, Mike
I'm
McDaniel.
not
You want
trying
to talk
rub it
about
in.
that
Yeah,
too?
Mike McDaniel was there too.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
PFT's it's gotten so bad for PFT. He's like inventing new guys. He's like, I think that guy was there.
Tom Landry was there. Vince Lombardi was on
Who
that
was it?
staff.
You were like, I think that guy was there. It's like, no, it's if you put in
Zach Taylor.
Yeah,
I
you're like,
thought
Zach
Zach
Taylor
Taylor
must have
maybe.
been there. And it's like that's how bad he's been wounded by this.
It's
and,
bad.
and rightfully so.
I mean, as a Commanders fan, it's been a tough go for him. Well, let me ask you this: what do you think happens
So
first?
it's going to really bother you. It's going
Yes.
to really bother you that all those guys are not there, but Carson Wentz is.
Yes, God damn it! That's
Carson
it.
Wentz
Really,
is not
it
bad. He only
takes
threw, like,
my soul
7
away.
interceptions last year.
And they were the worst interceptions ever.
I know.
What happens first? Dan Snyder sells the Commanders, or I die.
I can't see Dan Snyder ever voluntarily selling.
He's had
I
2
didn't
kidney
ask that.
stones. This guy.
No,
don't those suck?
add like 13
How
to
bad
those.
were they?
I've had 13 kidney stones.
Yeah, not 13. Not
on.
13 incidents. 13.
There are
kidney
13
stones.
stones.
And how many times you're in the hospital that they passed?
Went to the hospital one time, passed 2 of them on my own, and then
He's got a
the
vaping
others,
problem. He's
the
a
others
drug
were
guy.
really small, so I'm pretty sure I just pissed those right out.
Have you revised your diet and?
Absolutely not.
No.
Because I passed the kidney stone and my doctor's like, you can't drink beer. I'm like, can't drink beer.
That's their answer for everything.
Well, okay, but again, since that was so painful.
Well, you could
bad.
never drink beer. That's why you didn't get in the frat.
That's exactly right.
Right.
And do you see my chugging contest with Dan Orlovsky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't drink beer. You're damn right about that.
All right, wait, so answer the question.
It is
Who's
bad.
Gonna die
It is
first?
bad. Who's going to die first? And I know you said voluntarily so, but the question is, will he sell the team?
I don't think so. I think he's got zero intent to sell.
But what about this new investigation?
I can't predict what's going to come out. I don't know.
Gun to your head. Does he sell or no?
No.
God damn it.
Okay.
I don't like the news that you break. That's my problem.
Change
It's not
the
that-
news.
Yeah, change the news. You got bad news.
Welcome to the crowd.
I know it must suck sometimes when you tweet something and it's like I'm reporting the news and then everyone just gets mad at you.
It's become more and more like that.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable if you think back.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Everybody's offended
Like change the
when
news.
it involves their team.
Right.
I'm not trying to offend anybody.
Which team do you hate the most? Like which fan base when they're like, this is classic Schefter, he hates the Seahawks. Like, are you like, yeah, they're right, I do.
I don't know that I hear any that stuff. It's probably just honestly, a cyclical thing. Like when you say that, Tom Brady's leaving New England after the year. The fans in New England don't like that. Fans in Green Bay don't like the Aaron Rodgers. They think it's contrived or made up or whatever it is. And he was pretty open about his feelings when he reported to camp. So honestly, it's whatever team, whatever fan base is involved in that particular story. A lot of times they're not happy about it.
I think you hate the Commanders based on the news that you've been giving me.
I can't say I'm a big fan of that name.
Yeah,
No.
well,
It doesn't
Washington football
roll
team
off
is
the
fine.
tongue.
it's just an average name. It's
The
it's
only
not
thing
good.
harder than saying the Commanders is the Commanders quarterback Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that's gonna
Change-
be a mouthful.
change the news.
What? Here's another one I'm curious about. Your college coach, Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
How close was that? What happened there? Because I was worried. I think Harbaugh's an unbelievable coach. I thought he would have been a home run hire for the Vikings.
I think he was definitely interested in hearing what they had to say. He spent about 9 hours. He and I spoke that night, and he was very complimentary of the Vikings organization, of the ownership. I think that they just had different ideas about the way that it was going to
Got it.
work and flow, and so he said, back to Michigan, not going anywhere else. I believe him. I think he's very honest about
Yeah,
that
he's
stuff.
not someone who's like playing like some kind of weird mind game when it comes to news.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he tells you the truth.
He's an honest guy. And
Yes.
so when he says he's going back to Michigan, he's not doing that again, I believe that.
Yeah.
And it's probably true. Like, that's where he is right now. He's done a great job. We hope and can expect that he's going to continue to do a great job. Hopefully he's not pushing any Wisconsin coaches or do anything like that to Greg Gard, right? Like, we can't have that.
Not good.
But, also the NFL, a lot of they're looking to hire these young guys right now.
Right.
And Jim and I are like very similar in age. They're looking for the next Sean McVay. They're looking for the next Zach Taylor. They're looking for somebody like that.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they're looking for as much so for middle-aged guys.
Do you think it also kind of came down to the fact that I'm just guessing that Harbaugh probably didn't want Kirk Cousins. He was probably going to come in and be like, this is not my kind of guy, and they wanted somebody that has worked with him. That's another Washington coach. God damn it.
He wasn't on that staff. He came in after that. Kevin O'Connell did.
But he was on the football team.
Like if
Washington.
you have you gotten the full directory for him? Like everybody, like that team photo from that
No, I
year.
know, we
like
need to.
yeah, you need to do that. Like it would be fun.
Deuce Gruden, probably.
Deuce Gruden's probably
What's Deuce up to these days? You haven't reported on Deuce.
No, I have not reported on Deuce.
With the whole Gruden
I
thing
don't know
that
what he's
happened,
doing.
you caught a stray in the whole.
Figured that was going to come up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should just. Should I
Yeah,
just
there's
call you,
650,000 emails. That one
got
comes
you.
up. Yeah.
Do you think that was because you're in a contract year?
Huh?
Huh? Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh.
ESPN planted.
ESPN
I'm not
leaked
saying
it?
anyone. I'm just saying that might have dinged you a little bit.
Do you,
and it's like,
Do you regret using the phrase "Mr. Editor"?
I've had so many editors over the years that I'm conditioned to just say that, like news editors, managing editors, senior editors. That's the way it goes.
editors.
10 years ago also, and we move on. You proud of everything you did 10 years ago? Probably not.
Do you? I actually think you have a resiliency where you do seem to move on. Do you
Try.
Do those things linger a little bit though? Do they like affect you?
Oh, I think a little bit. You do your best. You do your best to develop thick skin and tune everything out. I think I do a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
But in the world we live in, it's so around you. Like that Brady stuff that day when my daughter gets in the car.
Right.
She brings it into the car. Like,
Right.
I'm not looking for that at that moment. I've done a great job of not picking up the phone. Like that Sunday morning, I pick up the phone and there were a couple of strong.
Strong worded.
Woo!
I'm gonna. No, I don't think I said anything.
But people in your company did.
I just was rooting for
I
you
think
to
we
be
all-
wrong. I was rooting for you to
That's
be wrong.
fine.
Because I thought it would be
And,
funny.
like the Odell Beckham one. There was another one.
Which was that?
When I said he's signing, and all these people said he hasn't made a decision. He's saying he hasn't made a decision. And you guys are doing a play-by-play of it on your podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And what happened?
Okay, yeah, that's true.
What happened?
I think that's
What did
because
he do?
yeah,
He tore his ACL. That's the last I remember.
you probably shouldn't break any news in between the hours of like 5 and 9 at night because there's always a chance we're recording.
We're just gonna start talking about
and
it.
I'm just like, well, Schefter says
Yeah, that was
this.
right
He's
during
full of
NFL
shit.
Live.
And we don't fact check.
No.
Just so you know, we do not fact check.
You make the facts work for you.
Yeah,
Correct.
we have the best
We
news.
run with it.
We have way better news than you. It just all it feeds into our delusions.
Yes, exactly. We make the news.
It's an
Facts are
alternate-
what you determine them to
Yes,
be.
it's an alternate universe.
Yes,
But yeah, going back to that Gruden thing, because it seemed odd, the selection of emails that were released. And at the time, it was like, yeah, you can look at John Gruden's emails and say, these are bad things objectively. Like, he should not have said all these things. Offensive to so many people, including NFL commissioners. It was a clean sweep, I believe is the phrase that you use. But you also have to ask, like, why were those the emails
It was weird.
that
I don't
were
know.
released? And I don't think that we've gotten any closure on that yet.
You'd have to ask the reporters of the story. I mean, it didn't come from me. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
650. A lot of offensive things.
I'm sure.
A lot of terrible things. And so a couple of others came out.
Yeah. I just have to wonder, like, who benefited from all that? And it seemed like, I don't know, the target was obviously John Gruden on it, and they got him out. But there's still some, like, remaining dots to be connected on that. That's the fascinating part of the NFL sometimes for me, is, like, there's so many really wealthy, powerful people that are trying to pull
You never know
strings.
you never know who's going to come after you, right?
You never know. And it's like everyone's trying to be the head puppet master at all times.
So who is the head puppet master? You guys on the fact checking? I mean, if you're making the facts up as you go,
Might be,
yeah,
we
exactly.
might be.
Shadow Commissioner, Arch
It's
Manning.
Just say Ernie Adams anytime. So
Yeah.
it says that, yeah.
I already
Yeah, it's just-
That's
he
the
does
answer
it
to
all.
everything.
Yeah. All right, I got one last question. It's the
That's it,
Roback
yeah.
question.
Throwback.
Roback. Roback.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK. Code TAKE. They have performance polos, Q-zips, everything. Roback.com. Use promo code TAKE. All right. So you're at a point in your life. You're about to hit free agency. You've done everything. Serious question here, have you been able to balance a little bit with the work and life and not being so, I need every scoop? Or is it still there? Is it still maniacal? You can't do your job unless you're doing it 100.
Well, I think that when you devote yourself to your job, you can't kind of do this job. You're in it or you're not.
Right.
It's not that kind of thing. But last summer, someone called me in the NFL media world, and they were talking, hey, when your contract's up, we'd like to do some things with you. Just kind of talking, generally speaking. And they said, what do you want to do? I want you to think about what you want to do. And I said, okay. I called that person back the next day after thinking about it. I said, I want to be happier.
Yeah.
I want my life to be a little simpler.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like it's just, listen, I love what I do. I've been doing this for 32 years, since 1990. It's a privilege, it's an honor, and it's not a complaint because it is, I can't imagine what else I do. I can't imagine loving a job, but any job done the right way, it takes it out of you. You guys, I mean, I know you guys are up to way more than $50,000 per episode right now.
That's
83
a long time ago,
net.
dude. I think that was like our first year. We had
102
50K an episode.
gross, 83 net.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the top of my
Unbelievable.
head.
Unbelievable.
Not a big deal.
Do you still feel the same passion for it now than when you first started?
Well, it
It's
evolves.
different, right? It's
It
different,
evolves.
right?
I think
It
so, yeah.
evolves.
Yes.
I think I feel the
You
same
love it.
passion for
Yeah.
it. There's never going to be the same level of holy shit that there was at the start when it kind of like took off.
Right.
The
Because
rise,
the rise
yeah.
is like a different feeling. But as our friend Tom Crean taught us, get ahead, stay ahead.
Get ahead,
And
stay
so
ahead.
there is a rush in staying ahead too.
Yeah, so I think that we have something similar at times to your profession where it's not that you don't love your job, because I think we all sitting here love our jobs. It's that when you get a scoop, you get what, like 10 minutes, and then it's the next scoop. Like we were in Madison last night, had a great night. We drove here like after 4 hours sleep to do interviews. Like, so it's the constant, like you do one thing, it's awesome. Next thing's up right away.
When I covered the Denver Broncos, which was a different animal for a newspaper for 16 years, I can remember getting news stories and following them and thinking like, wow, that's a great story. And then it doesn't mean anything the next day. And I said, it's kind of like just watching waves at the ocean.
Yeah.
Wave rolls in, boom, it rolls back in. Another one rolls in.
Do a podcast, next one comes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just keeps coming. And I guess that's being a pro.
Yeah.
Just doing it time and time again. But I do go back to that happier answer. Like, what is it that would make you happier? Like, I've never had an assistant at all.
Really?
Ever.
That's crazy to me.
Are you looking for one?
And my life becomes I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah, we could set you up with one.
I you know what?
I got your email address here from Jake. I could just read it out loud. And you get a ton of resumes.
Why wouldn't you have an assistant? That's nuts.
Well, but I think I'm at the point now where, like, you know where I need it? I need it with help at home too.
Correct.
Like my wife, a few times this year, type 1 diabetes. Like I said, a couple of issues. I'm in Seattle one time.
Right.
I'm not even there. Like, what? My daughter's too young. My son's in college. Like, what are we doing here?
Right. No, I agree.
It gets so I need somebody just to help out, just to kind of be there.
All right,
Do you,
so we got to
do you
get
know Billy
happier.
Football?
What's that?
Do you know a guy named Billy Football?
Who's Billy Football?
I think he'd be perfect for this assignment.
I'll tell you what, Barstool Sports will get you an
I
assistant.
probably never should have said that. Well, I've spoken to a few people, and you know what? There was a woman that I worked with at the Denver Post back in the day, a woman who was unbelievable. Love this woman, gracious, kind, generous, thoughtful, professional, like everything. And I always said, one day, I'm going to see if you can come work with me and be my assistant. And I'm going to call her soon and see if she would be interested in doing that.
But this is real talk, because I do think that there's watching you from afar and knowing you a little bit. You know, we catch up every couple of years, which we'll have to do again next year. We're going to be nicer to you now. This has been a very good therapeutic airing of grievances
For all of us.
I do sometimes see you and I'm like, dude, like Schefter's just fucking. He never stops, and it's gotta like wear you down a little bit, because we have something similar. We're a little younger, and you know. Maybe not. I'm in worse shape than you, but there's times where you're
in good shape. I saw the basketball on your boobs.
There's times though where we're like, man, we're just tired. Like we just took a vacation. It was very nice.
You took a vacation, right? Guess what? I haven't taken a vacation in 10, 15 years.
Okay, so as guys who just took a vacation, take a vacation.
Here's the issue.
Touch grass, Adam.
Touch grass,
hold on,
bro.
hold
Log
on.
off.
Touch grass,
Log
smoke grass,
off.
right?
Nope. Okay, all right. I didn't know you got down like that. I'm surprised they didn't let you in the frat.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I would go. My wife, again, has some health concerns. We've got 5 dogs at home. She would never leave the dogs.
So why don't you just go to the Hamptons or something?
Well,
bring the dogs.
You know what? Now you get an assistant.
Take care of the dogs, or take care of your wife, and you.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah.
Take care of that. That's a good idea, though. I like
You
that.
take a vacation.
Yeah.
Billy loves dogs.
And your wife.
I can tell you this. I hope that the woman I work with in Denver is a dog lover, because if she is, then she is going to meet qualifications for the job. But somebody that could literally stay at the house for a weekend to try to mentally disconnect, which I haven't done. Like,
dude, you got to take a
I'll tell you
vacation.
this.
You're crazy.
Wait, let me say this.
You're crazy for that.
This morning, I'm flying to Indianapolis. This, to me, is my closest form of a vacation.
But it's not.
I know that. But in my mind, I've reconciled this is what I'm doing. So I was in the airport this morning, right? I went into the Delta Lounge. They had this excellent. This excellent breakfast. I'm like, I'm sitting there by myself. I'm online. Wait, hold on. I get to the gate. And there's this guy. He goes, Adam. They announced they had to move my seat because the seat was disabled. And so the woman in the airport, could Adam Schefter please come to the podium? I'm like, so all of a sudden I got 2 guys. I go, what do we got here? Well, one of the guys I went to sleepaway camp with back in the day.
No way.
And he wanted to talk to me. And it was like, I'm like, it was nice to reconnect with Peter Rosegarten, who I haven't seen in 40 years. Right. And so this to me was like, then I got to go talk to the Indianapolis Chamber of Commerce. Now I get to talk to you. Like, I haven't been on the phone much.
No, dude.
I haven't had to walk the dogs. I haven't
the
had to
Delta
pick up
Lounge
dog
is not a
poop.
vacation.
It's kind of sick.
not a vacation, Adam.
It's kind of sick that your vacation is going to an airport.
Yes,
like people put when they go on vacation, they tweet out the airport they're leaving from, and then the plane emoji, and then where they're going. Your vacation is just like New York City, and then just the airplane.
You got to go on
just
vacation.
like I'm going on an airplane.
You got to go on a vacation.
I talked to my wife.
Okay. All right, we will.
It's, honestly, I would love that.
Let
Yeah.
Schefter
And
chill.
maybe one of these decades, but
You know what you should do? You should just schedule some tweets in advance.
Yeah.
Just like what you think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
Carson Wentz has signed a 4-year contract
Yes.
with the Washington Commanders.
Okay, well, if you're going to bring it up again, I wasn't going to do this, but my last question was, did you kill my dog?
Ooh.
What happened with Leroy here? I miss him.
He passed away.
I know.
Because he was so good at breaking
I know.
news.
I know.
That
He's a legend.
you got mad at him
No,
and came
no,
over
no,
and
no,
slit
no,
his
no,
throat.
He's a dog lover.
Exactly. No. I get enough crap for a lot of other things that are
I'm just following the money.
killed his dog.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
following
come
the
on,
money.
man. I would never kill a dog. Never kill a dog. I have great love for all dogs. All dogs.
Even the ones that beat you to scoops.
Even I admire Leroy all the more for he would have been coming with me
He would have been your
during
assistant.
free agency.
Yeah. Were you a little bit jealous when he broke the Gronk news?
Yeah, I was.
Like
yeah.
I never thought I'd get to a point in my career where I got beat by a dog.
I know. Those are the dog days.
Yeah.
Truly.
All right. Well, Adam, thank you. It's always great to have you on. This
Hey.
was therapeutic. We needed it. No joke. A week ago, we were like,
Hey.
we've been kind of mean to Schefter. Is it because we haven't seen him in a
Yep.
while?
You know, I had heard, Cliff Kingsbury, Odell Beckham, Tom Brady, on and on and on. But we're good. Like I feel like Big Cat gets to go on the podium, and I get to go on vacation in the Embassy Suites with you guys.
Yes,
in
exactly. It's
Indianapolis.
a beautiful hotel.
I mean, this is a suite.
Let's go in the pool. Come on, the three of us.
Two
Let's just
cannonballs.
Yeah, let's wait around in the pool.
and I'll change to my furry boots afterwards.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
Oh man, that was great.
Adam Schefter was brought to you by our great friends over at Sling. Check Sling out right now. Coach Prime is back, and you can stream the live premiere of each episode on Sling on Tuesday and Thursdays at 8 p.m. If you love watching live sports but you're tired of the high prices, it's time to take control of your TV experience. It's time for you to get Sling. You can watch exclusive new Barstool content and past episodes of a lot of Barstool shows. You've got The Yak. You've got the Brandon Walker college football experience featuring Brandon Walker, talking about not just college football anymore, but he's talking about Brandon Walker. Sling is a place where your favorite sports channels like ESPN, FS1, TNT, and more come together for less. It's the cheapest way to watch college hoops, the NBA playoffs, the entire F1 season, and more. Sign up now. You can try it absolutely free. Go to sling.com/barstool. Sign up right now. Try it for free.
Okay, airport review number 2. Test. Yes.
Airport review. Check.
Unless someone tries to accost me in the bathroom.
We can get an interview.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, airport review number 2 time. We are in Madison, Wisconsin. Our first airport review was, 3 years ago in Indianapolis?
Yeah, the only thing I remember from there was a Chick-fil-A, and then there were lights that would turn on as you walk past them.
Yes.
Overall, a great airport.
Airport reviews are like whenever they're going to release a new Batman, you're like, oh, man, I hope it's this year. Nope, not this year. Next year. Okay, I hope it's next year. Nope,
it's
it's
like-
actually going to be 2022, and it's Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's the Avatar trilogy. We'll make our way out to Seattle in 2029. I do you know what I really enjoy
Yeah,
about
so
this
let's
airport
go.
so far?
Brain dump for me, because I've obviously been in this airport a few times.
I like the size of it. You can see from end to end, and that's in general. I like state capitals.
Yeah.
They have efficient airports usually.
You know what it is? It's this. Oh, whole place shakes when a
Military.
plane goes off.
Fuck Russia.
Oh, that is a fighter jet.
Yeah. No offense, Russia.
The nice thing about offense, Russia.
No
we
offense,
we
Putin.
fucking hate you,
Fuck
dude.
to Putin.
This airport is very if you could close your eyes and imagine what airports look like in 1940. Do you know what I mean? This is what the initial terminal at JFK looked like.
What I like is there's no digital signs anywhere. Everything, I feel like somebody comes by and flips a number, or they put it up like it's a movie theater marquee sign.
We're literally
they announce the
walking,
gates.
by the way, so for people who are listening, not watching, which will be on YouTube, part of my take YouTube, we're walking the entire airport. We're halfway through now. From the start, we're now halfway through the airport.
Ooh, they got spotted cow here.
Yep.
Should I get a spotted cow?
I mean, you can buy it pretty much anywhere now, so you probably don't have to buy it in the airport.
But it's like the first time that I see it.
It's like whenever you just get off at an airport, you're like, oh, I gotta get this. Like, yeah, they have that everywhere.
Yeah, it's like Cinnabon. When you smell Cinnabon on the way out.
Got some good Badger gear.
They call this place Madtown.
I mean, you could, yeah.
I just saw a thing that said Madtown.
You definitely could. You
Madtown
could call
Brew.
whatever you want.
Mad Dog.
Sure.
Mad to the bone.
Yeah. Keep going.
That's all I got.
Okay. I really need a coffee. Yeah, well, I'll get it while we're taping. We'll talk to the person if we can find. Nothing's open right now.
The
Oh,
brewery.
look at this. This is cute. The Book Nook. It's got a little fake
There are no books.
library.
It's just books
That's
painted
my
on a
type
wall.
of that's my type of library. It's wallpaper made to look like a book.
That's actually a genius idea. If you're like building a new home, if you're an interior designer, shout out Carissa Thompson, Aaron Andrews, you can just put up wallpaper.
Just Carissa, right?
I don't know.
I think Aaron doesn't do it.
She doesn't?
No.
Shout out Carissa. She
I
just.
don't think she does. No, I think Carissa's doing it all on her own. She's
But
fucking crushing it.
I thought Aaron told me that wallpaper was back.
Yeah, that's Aaron Andrews has something we call opinions. Carissa's an expert.
Got it. Okay. Well, regardless, I think that there's a good future for that in homes to like have wallpaper resemble other things, so you don't actually have to buy the books.
How much do you think this Rolex ad is? Like, we could probably get some Rolexes sold. Madison and Rockford, power cities right there.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Shout out Fred Van Vliet.
Madison seems like an upscale Casio town, like the top of the line Casio.
Yes. A little bit. There's a lot of. Pietro's
sweating.
got a bunch of stuff too.
I'm exhausted right now.
Got a lot of bags we're carrying. I don't think anything's open.
I think that bar was the only place that was open.
Let's go in the bathroom. The bathroom is exceptional. It's very clean.
This
Wait,
is
women only. All right,
Women
so we almost went in the women's bathroom.
I thought Big Cat was doing a bit right there.
No, I thought it was the divider was the divider.
I was like
one side.
90% sure we're in Bit Town.
All right, so
I was
this
gonna
is
go. I was
This is
just
the
gonna go
men's
along with it.
bathroom. I don't know why there's. Probably can't bring the camera in here, Liam. Look at this lighting. It's like the ring lighting when when
When you're
models,
doing an Instagram video.
Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. Yeah,
wow.
your eyes look
Yeah, my
great
eyes look
behind
great.
those. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good
sexy.
mirror.
Yeah.
That's a great mirror.
This is I would say this is a 10 out of 10 bathroom.
I'm gonna take it for a spin real quick.
Okay. A 10. I'll narrate while he does this. It's a 10 out of 10 bathroom in my mind.
One thing I love about this
Clean.
bathroom here is it's got a shelf above the urinal.
Yeah.
See that? You can put
Put
anything
your
you
stuff
want up there.
What is this? Oh, look at this. You soap. You wash. Oh, got a fart there. And then you dry all in one place. Unbelievable. It's its own station. That's great. This is a incredible bathroom. Oh, sorry. Someone just walked in.
That's a substantial stall right there too. Does that door go all the way to the
I
ground?
just walked in and was like, are these fucking guys doing a podcast in here?
That urinal was rock solid, no splashback. These are some you get a lot of privacy in these
No, I
stalls
know.
here. This airport was built for people that like to use the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those toilet bowls have seen some shit. Get it?
I just rinsed my hand off. I don't need to introduce soap to this equation.
Well, they have the all-in-one. Did you see it?
I did see that.
I've already shown it for the people, so we're good. But it's quite something. You good? You want me to carry this?
If you can just hand it to me, I can grab it. Not great at bending
I
over
got
right
the best
now.
back right now. It's incredible. All right.
All right,
Bubba's still
bathroom.
waving.
I'd say the bathroom's a solid 8 out of 10.
I give it a 10 out of 10 just because, listen, the airport doesn't have to have a lot of people in it, so that's a really nice bathroom in there.
I would give it a 10 out of 10 if the doors went all the way to the ground on the stall.
Oh, so you could do cocaine?
Yeah. Also, I didn't get to take the main bathroom area for a spin,
Yeah.
So can't give it a 10 for that yet.
Oh, look at this little spot where you can maybe do a little studying.
It's a nice plant they have in here too. Is that a palm tree?
Beautiful.
They got
Right,
a
so
palm.
we're going to loop around here.
Guys, they got a palm tree in the airport.
We're going to loop around here. Gates 1, 2, and 3. thought that guy's coat was a dog. It's the business center, guys. That's the here. You want me to carry it?
Making deals. No, I'm fine.
You're literally grimacing.
I'm fine. I'm great.
I'm fine,
great.
guys. I
I'm
got
great.
no problem.
I got this. I'm basically a
This
Sherpa.
is totally fine. It's the business center. This is where deals go down. How big of a deal do you think's been made here specifically? So just so people understand in the podcast, it's got like 7 cubby holes where you can just sit there.
You know what it kind of looks like? It looks like somebody could actually set up a full-time boiler room there. Just like put an ad on Craigslist, hire 5 telemarketers for a day, do work here until you get kicked out.
I want to ask that woman what she's working on, but
Business.
It looks like it actually looked like she was working on a cheese platter.
It's business, baby.
Business.
That could be business too.
Business is booming. Shout out to Antonio Brown, not for anything that he does in his life, but for the fact that business is booming. By nature, when you say it, you're just like, wow, business really is doing well.
You know, Antonio Brown is like sneaky, low-key genius because Pit to the Palace is a banger.
Yep. But
Business
just
is
saying
booming.
business is booming. Like, hey, what's up, man? How's business? Oh, it's booming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, dude. I didn't know you were crushing it that well.
Also, just saying like Pit, not the Palace. It's just a cool thing to say. Look at that.
It's a nice chair.
Massage chairs.
Thumbs up. Love it. All right, so we just walked the
We're about
entire.
to double it back.
Yeah, no, we walked the entire airport. Now we're going to try to find our
I
bags.
kind of want that spotted cow now. You can only get it in the airports here.
Get it in the airports. Yeah, like
I
I
don't
don't think
even
there's
think
someone who does that where they like eat a full meal when they land.
Yes.
Before they leave.
Before
like,
they even get to the
let me sit
baggage.
at this. Let me sit at this Chili's real quick. I guess Chili's would be the exception. I would do that.
I bet you Billy would do it
Yeah.
if it was being expensed.
It's like whenever I land at an airport, the one thing you want to do is get away from the airport as fast as possible.
The Vegas airport, sometimes I got hung up in there at the slot machine.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so now we are walking out,
Okay.
exiting. Let's go this way to the lobby.
Bye,
How
guys.
you guys doing?
Thank you for your service.
I think it's PFD back. All right, watch out.
What was
Watch, They thanked you back.
Oh, you're welcome.
They said thank you. Okay, look at this. Beautiful, airy, light. Again, I think this actually teaches us that airports were meant to just serve like the fewest amount of planes because it's actually a nice look. There's a fireplace right there.
This is great. You know what I've noticed about the airport is I think that there are more actual customer lounges than there are gates.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Right, because this doesn't serve enough people that it like.
Yeah.
You have to have chaos and all these things. It's like
small-
there's 12 gates.
Small regional airports are the best. You don't need all the bells and whistles. I don't need a Buffalo Wild Wings in every wing.
Look at this fireplace,
Look
boys.
at these chairs.
It's incredible. We got Marty
It's
Mush
cozy.
here, Jake.
Marty, what's your general impression
Yeah.
of this airport?
One of my favorites.
Oh.
I love a small airport and a quaint.
Yeah, it's
It
beautiful.
is very quaint.
Jake, give us
what
a
about
score.
Very nice until I saw that sign. No pre-check.
No
you?
pre-check.
No pre-check.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
god.
What about clear? It's
Jake?
TSA
you
pre-check
you
on
realize the reason
steroids.
why I have no pre-check is there's like 2 people in line at any time. Oh, he's
no.
gonna take his shoes off. All right, you know what? I actually am gonna agree with Jake. That does ding you a little bit. Having to take your shoes off.
Jake on the flight.
Oh yeah, so when we got on the plane, I guess they hand you hand sanitizer or like little wipes. I thought those were just so that you could wipe your hands. Jake, it was like he had like a 67 like Ferrari or something. I don't know if that was a good year for Ferrari. My apologies to
No.
car people.
Wasn't.
It was, yeah, but he was wiping down his seat like he was waxing the car. He was doing it for like 5 minutes until he was having a conversation with me because I was sitting behind him. I was like, dude, are you wiping your seat? He's like, yeah, I'm doing it for 2 years now.
To me, it looked like he was just bathing a dog.
Yeah.
Just like really scrubbing it down, getting every single inch of it.
It was so weird.
And then we kind of busted his balls for wiping down the seat so hard. And he's like, I'm sorry, I've been doing this for 2 years. And then the guy 2 seats behind us goes, hey, my name's also Jake, and I wiped down my seats.
So it's a Jake thing.
It's a Jake thing, clearly.
It was just a very. I honestly had every single time I got on a plane in the last 2 years, they handed me that, and I would just either not do anything or sometimes wipe my hands.
Yeah.
That was it.
One time-
Never did I ever think like, oh, let me wipe down the entire seat.
One time I took it and I wiped my face down with it. And the person next to me was like, I think that's for your hands.
Yeah. See, they didn't even think it was for your seat. They corrected you, and they corrected you incorrectly.
I just assume if you hand me anything on a plane, I'm going to bury my face in it.
Let's do last thing real quick. Let's just check out the baggage claim, and then we'll end this.
This is a nice little coffee shop down here.
Yeah, I know. I wish one of them was open.
No, it's even better to just imagine. Like I could see somebody in there sitting down next to
I'd like to
some
see
fake
the
books.
speed real quick of this thing. Let's put. I'm gonna put my bag on it just to test. Marty, can you go make sure that this doesn't go through?
I like that poster.
Imagine if my bag just went back through.
If you look back there's a poster that in an airport advertising for flying on airplanes.
Oh,
Just in general.
I mean, best time to do it, right?
Just flight.
It's on everyone's mind. That's pretty good. Although there's no like guardrails, right? Things could easily fall off.
You could just get on there. You could, in theory, just hop on there.
You gonna test out your bag?
In theory.
No, then you're gonna have to pick it up again.
Marty,
Oh,
can
your
you grab
bag's
that for me?
fucked.
Okay, fuck it, big cat. I'm just gonna go for it.
Just gonna stand on. Don't stand on it.
Sit.
Sit.
Okay, walk with me. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Luge.
I'm on you with you, PFT. Oh, it's going slower
in
now
luge
with our
position.
weight. It's going slower with our weight. You
This-
can feel it.
this is actually good for
Dude,
my back.
it's going so much slower with our weight on it.
My back feels 1,000,000% better
You
right
can
now.
100% feel. It was like
They say to sleep on a firm mattress. This is as firm as it
as
gets.
a bigger guy, this is the feeling I get every time I step on a treadmill or in a golf cart, where I'm like, oh,
I don't
we
want to
just
get
lost
off.
a lot of power
I don't want
on
to get
this
off.
bad boy.
I guess I gotta go.
all right,
I gotta get
okay.
off.
All right.
Baggage claim
That
rating
was a great package.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. Very fast. Good motor.
What's the horsepower on that thing? It's pretty
Wait, do we
solid
have all
horses.
of our bags?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
got
yeah. Yeah.
the other
Okay.
one's back there.
All right, so final ratings. I'm going to say now this is obviously on a curve because it's a regional airport. Like obviously if we were voting like, hey, how do you feel about going to fucking like Paris from Madison? It's not great.
Have you been to the Paris airport? This is 1,000,000 times better.
Yeah, no, I love how small and quaint it is. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
I'm gonna bump it up. I'm gonna bump it up to a 9.1.
Whoa.
I love these regional airports. I think
That's
it's
a
got
rookie
everything that
score.
you need. The bar was open, which is great. You guys wouldn't let me have a beer because, I don't know. I guess I'm the only real man
Well,
on
it
this
was
podcast.
the bar wasn't open. It was a gift shop with spotted cow.
Even better.
We're like, we can just buy it somewhere else. All right, Hank, your score, and then we'll rank them through.
8.1.
So 8.1, 8.5, 9.1. So that means that's a 9,
8.5.
8.6.
8.55.
Let's say 8.6 for the people. 8.6.
It's a pretty good rating.
That's a great rating.
And
All
look
right.
at this. Look at the rental car area. It's right here in the airport. Hardly
Yeah.
any lines whatsoever.
Although we couldn't get one. Maybe I'll try to get one if I didn't pay for it. Okay.
I love
All right,
this place.
That's it. Tune in 3-4 years from now. We'll do another airport review.
Okay, that was our Madison Airport review. Let's do numbers. By the way, we're gonna hold us to this because I'm gonna say it out loud. Bert Kreischer Monday, awesome fucking interview, incredible interview.
Yep.
Bert Kreischer Monday.
Talked about the Super Bowl. Probably like an hour long.
Hank gets mad at me
Good
because,
times.
and I understand
get
it.
mad.
Yeah, but I do like having like when we do an awesome interview and we don't have to run it right away. I like having it in my back pocket where I can just like it's like a draw 4 card in Uno.
Yeah,
Just like,
you
got
announced it publicly, but we've said Bert Kreischer the following show, like first five episodes.
This
So-
one, I mean it. I mean it this time, guys. There's like 50-50 chance we don't do it. All right. Let's end with numbers. Send everyone on their way. Remember, clocks change. I can't. My computer.
I'm gonna go 8.
12.
Okay, you know what? I'll just do it off the top of my head. What? No, you guys. Yeah,
that's
you guys.
not how, that's not how it works.
No, you guys text it to the group chat, and I won't look. Okay.
This is not how it works.
Well,
Well, then you don't get
Wi-Fi.
it.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. I'm not gonna guess.
Hang on, let me.
Watch, I'm gonna do it in my head. Yeah, text it. I'm not looking. My phone is down. You see it? My phone is down. My Wi-Fi's off. Ready?
Has everyone said it?
Sent.
61.
I got it. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit. That would have been sick. What were your guesses?
99.
Oh, kind of close.
29.
Oh, damn. I mean, it was 5 off.
Somebody out there playing at home guessed it right.
Yeah, 61.
That would be an electric one. Yeah.
That was a true random number generator because I was literally just like, I emptied my brain. I was like, just whatever number pops in my head.
Also, it sucks that Rick Pitino's not going to be a Terrapin.
Yeah, but then again, Rick Pitino, it almost makes me think he might be because he lies so much.
Yeah? You don't think that he just pull out of a opening
That's
like
our
that?
show.
Love you guys.